Good day, folks. Welcome to MB Wildman channel. On today's video, a real quick, simple little video I'd like to show you, and it has to do with making a little extra money when you're out there on the trap line. Now, I know, just like you, that fur prices are terrible. They suck right now. I mean, it's 2020, and the anti-everything people are up in arms over every time you catch a fox or skin a beaver. So, it isn't great right now as far as fur prices go, and a lot of people don't seem to understand that trappers especially, you know, it's a way of life. It's not just something that we do for fun. It's a tradition, and a lot of us learned it from our grandfathers and their grandfathers, etc., etc. And it's too bad that some people wouldn't recognize that we're not just out there killing for the sake of a few extra bucks, because if they really knew the amount of time, effort, and money that we put into our passion and our hobby, you know, they wouldn't be thinking we're in it for the money. That's for darn sure. Anyway, so one of the things I like to do while I'm out on the line, I guess, is to scout around and look for other ways to make some money. And I want to let you in on, or not let you in, it's not a big secret, but I want to share with you one that I like to do, one I keep an eye out for as I'm out and about. And this one has to do with beaver dams and actually making a product for resale. And it's not really something that I make, it's just something that I find and then I tweak a little bit, and it's a good seller. So stick with me, and I'll show you what that is here on the MB Wildman channel. Listen, if you haven't yet subscribed, we sure would appreciate it. And if you have any comments, questions, you know, anything you'd like to share with us, go ahead and leave those in the comment section down below, and we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can on those. If you like the videos and you want to be notified when we upload some new content, go ahead and turn that bell on, so that YouTube will send you a dandy little message every time the MB Wildman channel puts something new up. All right, so I'm just out here for a drive and looking for one of those spots to share with you about a little extra money made from some beaver dam work, and I've come upon a spot here, so here we go. So this is what we're looking for here. We're looking for a beaver dam, and we're looking for a beaver dam that's tall instead of a low, wide dam. So, oh look, there's Buddy swimming right there. He won't like it that I'm going to be close. Okay, so here we are down at beaver dam level, and I was just up there on the road. So here we are here, and what I want to talk to you about is making walking sticks from old beaver sticks. So what I mean by that is you've got beaver sticks all up and down the dam here. Now look how tall this dam is. This dam's probably, oh, it's probably 5-6 feet at least right here from the top of the dam down to where the brook flows through. Okay, so why that's essential is because when the beavers are dumping their sticks over the side, right, they'll use longer ones the taller their dam is. So what you're going to look for down here is you're going to look for beaver sticks, what I call beaver sticks, that have been peeled and then used as dam material, right? So you're looking for something that's about this big around right here. Beautiful. Okay, so you're looking for something that's about this big around, right? You know, inch and a half around, and you're looking for material that's hardwood. Okay, you don't want to use beavers around in New Brunswick use a lot of alder, and they use a lot of popple. Okay, in their dams you can see there's a lot of alder, you know, little tiny alder sticks here, but you don't have to look too hard before you can find these whitish, yellowish sticks right here. Now these are maple, okay? And these come in all shapes and sizes. They usually look like this on the top, as most of you trappers know, and they could look like any type of shape on the bottom. Okay, so whenever I see a nice tall beaver dam like this, I stop, I jump out, and I collect up as much or as many of these peeled hardwood sticks as I can. Okay, I try to avoid the popple ones, like I said, because they're just a little bit too soft, and usually they're already peeled. Like there's a perfect one right there. See this one in here? See how this is a different color? It's a light color. This is a birch. Okay, I'm gonna dig that out. All right, that one's perfect. Still got a little bit of the bark at the top, but this is a great stick. So anyway, I'm going to gather up a few of these, and then I'll take you back to the shop, and I'll show you what I do to make some money using these beaver sticks. Okay, back here at the shop now, and I was able to get 3 or 4 of these beaver sticks from that dam. Again, I'm not super fussy when I get them. They come in all shapes and sizes. Sometimes I can get 3 or 4 off a dam. Sometimes I can get 20 or 30. A lot of it just depends on the dam and how big it is. So what you're going to do is select one of the sticks that you picked up off the dam. It doesn't matter how long it is or whatever just yet. They're all going to be beaver chewed on the bottom, so they're going to kind of be crunched down like this right here. What you want to do is you want to square that off. So pick whatever length that you want your stick to be, and then you're just going to want to cut this, right? You're going to want to cut it just off square, okay? Okay, so just square off the end. That's important. And I like to leave the top end of my walking stick. I like to leave it the natural beaver chewy, but we're going to clean it up just in a minute. So for me, this is comfortable. This is about 4.5, 5 feet as far as a walking stick goes. I like to make them in all kinds of different sizes because you never know who you're going to sell to, right? The next thing that we're going to do is clean up any little bits of bark that have been left on them, and any of the knots or branches where they've chewed them off. They're going to be a little sharp, a little jagged. Okay, so this is where I'm going to use my grinder and just touch these up. You don't want to remove them. You want that still to be there. You just don't want it to be sharp to the touch or anything that can catch on clothing. Okay, so but you don't want to really take it away because you want to leave this stick in its natural as possible. Okay, so all I've done is just touched up the little knots and the little branch parts that were there and just smoothed them up a little bit. And I also smoothed up the top so it wasn't jagged or going to fall apart, but I didn't really change the shape of it a whole lot. Just left it the way it was. Okay, and for the record, all you people that like to watch YouTube videos and complain about the way people do things, yes, I know I should have safety glasses on, but I didn't right now, so, deal with it. Okay, so we've touched it up with the grinder. Next step, we're going to take the 80 grit sandpaper. We're going to sand the entire thing and get it down to its natural color, like it should sand off most of this brown and any little nicks and burrs. Okay, we'll do that next. Okay, so just an 80 grit block, no big deal. And you're not going to be super fussy. It doesn't have to be amazingly smooth, right? So you just want to make sure that you're smoothing it up some without removing any of the texture. Part of the idea here is that you want these sticks to be as natural as possible. When I market these, I market them with a little tag at the top that says each stick is uniquely made from a Canadian beaver, right? So if you make them all the same, then you might as well make them in a factory. But the idea is that they're all a little bit different and they're all as close to the way we pulled them off the beaver dam as possible. So just a little 80 grit paper to smooth them up. And what you end up with is still a natural looking stick off a beaver dam, but it's just smooth enough to the touch that it's not gonna, catch or whatever. So there's what you end up with. Okay, next, just a drill, and I use a 3/16 bit, it doesn't matter. We're gonna eventually put a little piece of leather or paracord, or sometimes I'll use a lace out of a work boot through here, just as people like to loop it around their wrist when they use them as walking sticks. So as long as you can fit that through the hole, you're all set. And then you're just going to want to drill a hole. Don't drill it right at the top where the beaver stuff is. Like come down a bit so that you don't crack your stick. But wow, that is an ineffective drill bit. Hold please. Okay, let's try again with the drill bit that's a little better. Note to self, don't drill through the stick and into your leg, okay? We do not need an NB Wildman goes to the hospital video. We just need the beaver stick video. Okay, so you're just gonna drill a hole in the top of the stick, big enough to put your leather strap through, okay? But you're not gonna do that, that's not next. Okay, so the next step that I like to do is to fancy these up a little bit. And to do that, we need a well-ventilated area and a blowtorch, okay? Or some type of device to make fire. This one never works, it always sticks. Seriously? There we go. Okay, so the idea here is that we're just gonna burn the stick. And what it's gonna do, it's gonna bring out the grain, hopefully, and give it some feature. Okay, so sometimes what I do with the blowtorch, like I said, after I burn it, I just give it a little, I just burn some spots into it to bring out the texture of the wood, and then I sand over it again with my 80 grit, and then basically take it off, but it leaves some patches, you know, some character. I don't always do this, right? It depends on what the stick looks like. This one was pretty good by itself as far as features go. This one, again, this is one I made a while ago, and it had all kinds of unique characteristics and features, so I didn't burn this one, but I made 3 little lines and then painted them just to give it some, you don't have to do any of that stuff, it's just a kind of a selling feature, right? If you want to make them just a little, tweak them and make them a little bit different. Oftentimes you can just leave them alone and they're fine. So the only other thing that I do to these is I give them a real good coat of this Butcher Block oil and finish from Watco. Now I don't work for Watco and I don't sell their product, but this works really, really well to help to seal and waterproof these, okay? It also gives them just a little bit more grip as people are using them for walking sticks. And pretty much, once you put your rope through here, once you put your leather strap through, or your shoelace, or whatever it is you're gonna use. Okay, so once you put your leather strap through, and I just make a simple tie at the end, just loop it. Okay, so that gives you, you know, whatever people want for a loop at the end. They can shorten it or tighten it or whatever. And then I'll put a coat of this finish on it and then show you the finished product. But I retail these anywhere from 10 bucks to 30 bucks. So if you think about it, the price of a beaver taken out of that pond, once he's all done and skinned and stretched and done, is anywhere from $8 to $15, $20 maybe if he's a huge big blanket beaver. And you can pick this stick up off the dam and sell it for 20 bucks at the market. So pretty quick and easy way to make a little extra money while you're out on the line. Anyway, hope this helps you out, and just thought I'd share that with you today. So until next time, happy hunting from the MB Wildman channel.